Hey, what's up everyone? Pretty hot day here in Arizona. Currently kicking it in the camper right now with the air conditioner going, and wanted to give you a tour real quick. We're gonna go on the outside first, and then we'll hop on the inside and say what's up to Sierra and check out the interior. So right here, I've got the view of the ridge, which I love. So when I come out of the camper in the morning, I'm able to check that out. I did have a little fire pit that I made over there. So have a little fires at night to I'm just gonna hang out and enjoy the ambiance. Out here for the power, let me flip the camera around here real quick. So out here for the power, I've got two deep cycle batteries. From what I can tell, it's about 35 amp hours of juice. I've got a little charge controller here, and then obviously the cables coming to it. Two panels, each one 100 watts, so 200 watts going in there. It's nice to have that. That powers like the interior fan. Also powers my fridge for the full day. And then there's some external fans, like just some plug-in fans that I'll use. There's also some USB plugs in there, which I can use to charge stuff up. Continuing along the outside here, I went and started to pick up my water containers over at my buddy's place. So this is that stuff that I bought from Reese and Bridget before I went to Colorado for the summer. And all that wood's over there too, and I want to get a little something built over the back of my camper here, because this is where my air conditioner's at, and you want to have your air conditioner in the shade. You don't want to have it in full sun. So that's why I've got these beams out. I was like, oh, that's a good height, you know, so I can build a little something over there before I head back to Colorado to go hang out with Down to Mob and Truck House Life, because I'll be leaving here like probably in a couple of days. But this camper here, this is a 1971, I forgot to cover that, 1971 Yellowstone. So it's a Jayco Yellowstone camper, and I picked it up in Eagle, Colorado. From a couple, Jeff and Shannon, and they did a bunch of work on the interior. They actually ripped everything out and just kind of made it a blank canvas, which is what I wanted. So when we go inside, I'll show you that. On the back here, there's a real nice area for storage. So I'm opening this up. Just got a few things in here, a few tools, little thing to hold the solar panel and stuff like that. There you can hear the air conditioner kick on. It's so nice to have. It is deadly hot today, so super nice to have that. Let's see, on the exterior here, all the windows are the old school windows, so they're not very well insulated. We'll see how that does in the wintertime. I accidentally cracked the plastic on here because this is the original stuff, and so the plastic here cracked the other day. It looks a little ghetto with the duct tape. This window here doesn't really close all the way, so I've got some work to do just to get it up to par, but overall I'm real pleased with it. The only leaks that I found are actually the hole that I drilled into right here. I drilled these in, and this one right here, to go ahead and clamp this down when we drove from Colorado out here, and there's a little bit of a leak coming in there on the inside, so I already ripped that wall out, so I'll show you that. But we do have the propane in the front too, which is real nice, so that powers what's in here with the kitchen. So just looking back, just a perspective of it real quick, it's a 19-foot pull behind camper, weighs 2,800 pounds, got dual axle down there. I've got the stabilizers already set up, you know, to make sure that the camper doesn't rock back and forth, and so it's real nice. So let's go ahead and go on inside, and we'll show you this real quick. What's up, Sierra girl? What you doing, Pumpkin? Oh boy, there she goes. Pumpkin, we're doing a tour. Come on inside. Come on, up here. All right, cool. She was all anxious to go outside. I think she thought we were going for a walk or something. So, all right, let me get my shoes off here. All right, so here's the interior of the camper here. I'm gonna pull the camera back so y'all can see. So this is kind of like over in the corner underneath the kitchen shelf, looking into the camper, and so it's really nice and spacious in here. It's just basically a huge old queen size bed with a massive amount of storage underneath, and then over here I've got pretty much a full kitchen to work with, which is really great. And then underneath there I've got my fridge, and then I've got a gray water storage right here. And so what I use with this is all the stuff coming from the sink up there. I know, Pumpkin. Sierra's so excited to check her out. What's up, girl? What you doing? She is feeling so much better now that she's like started to recover. What's up, girl? Now that she's started to recover. What's up, girl? What you doing? She's going crazy, but she's feeling so much better now that she's recovered from surgery. So really great to see it and to see her bounce back like this. What you got, sweetie? You want some more water? Let's pull this out for you. Hang on one second. All right, we got her all hooked up with the water. Go ahead and come back up here, Pumpkin. Okay, so back to the tour though. So we've got a queen size bed, tons of storage underneath here. So I pretty much emptied out my truck and just put everything in here, which is real nice. And then I'll use this as kind of like my bench seat. So I'll sit here and work on stuff, and then put the computer there. Sierra always chills. That's kind of her position during the day. And then this area over here, I usually have like the battery over there or something, because what I'll do is I have an inverter or a quiet generator that Happy Trails let me borrow, and so I'm using this to have like the cord that comes in here, and then I'll plug it into the extension cord, which plugs into the Blue Eddy, which is right there. So air conditioner is working out awesome. This is actually a Toshiba 8000 BTU air conditioner. It pulls about 700 watts, so I can only run it for about 2.5 hours to 3 hours on the EB150, because it kind of cycles on and off. So when it's not running for the air conditioning, it's like 70 watts, and then when it is running for the air conditioning, it's about 600 to 700, depending on, you know, the conditions outside. So that's good for evening time. But what I'll do during the day is I usually run the generator just to charge that up, and then Sierra just chills throughout the day. She just kind of hangs out and just relaxes. She likes it right there. Then in the evening time, we'll get out and we'll go walk around the property, because I've cut in a little bit more trail areas, and so we'll go run around and do that stuff. But let me go back here. I want to show you the shelf that I have up here. This is just basically all the cook stuff that I have, and so different things for cooking. This is my kind of like, whoops, my bathroom slash like utility closet, because it's also where my power is. And so we'll go in here, I'll show you. There's a Porta Potty. It's just one of the old Dometic ones. So little Porta Potty there. It's all clean. It doesn't really look like it's ever been used. And then got my clothes, which I just kind of store here, and then just some different things, you know, my little hand vac, the roller for the yoga mat, because I like to roll out any kinks in my back and stuff like that. Kind of like my toiletries right here, and then some extra water storage. Now here's the area that I was talking about outside. Right here is where the screws were that I put on the outside, and it kind of leaked in here and started to degrade a little bit of the stuff that they have here, this like cardboard stuff. And so I took that off because I want to go ahead and redo the walls anyway in here. I'm not planning on moving the camper. I mean, maybe around the property a little bit, but I'm not going to take it like to Colorado and stuff. It's too much of a strain on my truck. And so it's going to be stayed here. So I don't mind putting extra weight on the walls with like some of that wood that I bought from Reese and Bridget. But back in here real quick, the power system that we have, this is what runs off the 12-volt batteries, the deep cycle batteries outside. Like I said, I'm estimating it's about 30 to 40 amp hours, probably more like 30 amp hours of power. It's 1500 watt inverter, but it's not a pure sine wave inverter. It's just the normal one, so it kind of fluctuates a little bit. This is the power switch here, so on and off, all the fuses for the different boxes that I have out here and different things like that. So overall, it works great. I mean, all I want to do is really upgrade my my batteries to something a little bit bigger, and maybe get like up to like 200 amp hours of deep cycle, because that'd be great in the wintertime. You know, as long as I charge it and stay diligent about charging it, then I'll be good to go with like running a little heater in here and stuff like that, and then also have a little wood stove. But going back to the camper here, let me show you. I've got a max fan right here. So that's nice for you know, getting some nice ventilation in here in the evening time. And then all these windows, you know, I've got the screens on them. Whoops, I don't want to put the fan in the camera in the fan. You won't be able to hear me. They have all the screens on them, but if you see here, there's like a little bit of a gap. This has been remodeled, so maybe the junction came down a little bit more tight. But also too, it could be that these bent over time, and so they're not perfect at night. So if you have the windows open and, you know, with the lights on, the little bugs can come up through there, then they all congregate all around the lights in here. So like up here, they'll congregate around this, which I'm going to switch these out too, because they're just really bright LED lights, which are fine because they don't use any power. But when I upgrade the power system, I can put better lights in here. What's cool is at night when the light's on, all the ceiling like lights up and it looks really awesome. So I wanted to show you though some of the wood that I have. So this is like an example of the wood that I have from Reese and Bridget. And so putting this on the wall here, let me see if I can do this without dropping it. Putting this on the wall would be so cool looking compared to that fake, you know, barn door. And I've got other wood that I can put on here too. I've actually got a ton of pallet wood which I could use, and it's really got some great weathering on it. So we'll see how that whole thing works out, but I'm definitely planning on redoing the walls because we do have a little bit of water damage out here too. If we look over here, you can tell coming down from this right here, you can see how it's like buckling because there's a little bit of water that was behind there. It's dried out now because I can feel it, it's all firm, but I want to replace that, so I'll probably pull this out too and just, you know, seal the crap out of this stuff. It's gonna take a little bit of work to make sure that I address all the seams outside and the leaks and stuff like that. But to alleviate, you know, anything in the meantime, I am going to build a cover over this. It's like kind of like an RV port, you know, that you pull an RV into, and that way if it rains like crazy, I don't have to worry about any of the seams, and then I can still kind of mess around this winter and go to Colorado and do winter camping and bounce around northern New Mexico and southeast Utah and all that stuff, and not worry so much about, oh, you know, I got to get back to the camper to see if anything's leaked. So that'll give me kind of some peace of mind. So hopefully I can take care of that project before I leave, and then we'll be good to go. But I'll definitely do that little awning over the back to cover the air conditioner because I don't want to ruin that thing because it's nice in here. So other than that, you know, this is pretty much the tour so far. I am planning to make a little bit of changes, like I said, with the walls, redo that, and then on the interior here with this, probably put in some sort of shelving for my clothes because I don't want them just like sitting on top of the porta potty. But other than that, I mean, I love it. I love this 10-stand roof. I think it is the coolest thing, and I just sit here at night and check it out. It's just amazing. And what is nice too is, so one other thing I want to show you, during the evening time when it's time to go to bed, what I'll do is I'll lay it right here and I'll look out. Ah, darn, you can't see because it's kind of blown out. Now it looks out right onto that rock outcropping right out there, and so I can see that from my bed, like while I'm in here resting and getting ready to crash out, I can look out and see that, which is pretty cool. And then internet service here is pretty good. Over in this section it's a little bit less than if I were maybe like even just 10 feet over there, but I mean I'll take the connectivity, anything I can get out here, because you know this is off-grid. There's no infrastructure or anything like that out here, and so I would say the nearest town's probably about 30 miles away, maybe a little bit less, and you got to go on some trails and then you hit pavement eventually, and then you can hop on the freeway and head into town. But I love it out here. It's nice and quiet. There's no one running around. Let me put my shoes on here real quick. I want to hop outside. Like I was saying, it's nice around here because there's no one running around. It's just all the locals, and so I've met a bunch of the neighbors. They're all real nice people, and I really look forward to making this place just even better than what it already is. I love it here. It's like it's so peaceful and it's so quiet, and it's just a place where I feel like I can grow a lot personally, which I'm really excited to spend more time here. So some of the trees around here are amazing, which we'll do a ranch tour here maybe in the next video, but I can show off like the really tall pinyon pines that I have around here, and some of that other stuff. So all right, so that's the tour of my 1971 Yellowstone Jayco camper. Really love this thing. It's super comfortable on the inside. Sierra seems to love it too. Oh, one other thing I didn't mention is I have a quick connect here for the grill. So if I want to do a grill on the outside, I could do that with the propane, which is awesome. But overall, like, I just couldn't be more happy with this. It's super comfortable on the inside. It's literally like a little studio apartment in here, and I love it. So it's a great place for me and Sierra to grow and enjoy our time out here. So if you got any questions, hit me up in the comment section below, and thanks for watching.